As always, this channel and content is not for the basic amoeba. I talk about real stuff on this channel, and if you don't have the brain power or the attention span to watch something for more than 4 or 5 minutes, like, just click off now. It's absolutely fine. I'm not going to get offended. Just go and watch something else. That said, if you stayed, welcome. My name is Gavin. Today I want to talk about love and like dating. I feel like this is one of those subjects. I mean, it's important, right? I talk about all kinds of shit on here. My grading system is like, if I wouldn't talk to my son about this, or if this information isn't something that you would tell your child, then it doesn't make the grade anymore. So I feel like this is an important topic. So yeah, love, dating, relationships. Now, the world's view of love, from what I see, is that it's kind of some soppy fairy tale thing, right? The world has become really cynical, I think, around like love and, you know, marriage especially. Let's unpack that a little bit. Really, I mean, it's not easy to find love. Okay, you're talking a needle in a haystack. If you like me and you believe in being with one person, it's, you know, you're talking crazy odds really, but it happens all the time. But you don't want to end up with somebody who is not going to be suitable long term, because people change, right? They do. And that's one of the many dangers. To me, it's important to find love. Okay, we have a lot of shallow and really scared people. Okay, people are afraid of love because it's commitment. People are afraid of relationships because of commitment. You know, they feel like they're giving up their precious time or their money, sacrificing. It's kind of like the anti-love, I guess. Now, more so than ever, people are choosing to be single because of things like career. You know, they're putting their finances over love, which is crazy to me. You know, like I just said, people become more selfish. They want what they want. They're not interested in doing, I don't want to say they're not interested in doing things for other people. They're not interested in that side to life. They want everything their own way. They want to have their cake and eat it all the time. No commitment, you know, sex, no strings even, and just live a more selfish lifestyle, because it's hard to be in a relationship. To being in a loving relationship is difficult. It's work, it's time, it's even money, it's sacrifice. You know, it's a lot to do. And then for some relationships, most relationships, to not really work, you can see why people get scared, you know, scared of being hurt, scared of getting cheated on, scared of losing everything. You can see that, but it's, you know, that's a sad way to live. You don't want to be in fear of something, like, out of what might be, you know. You should never be afraid of, you know, falling in love out of fear of getting hurt or something bad that might happen. That's not conducive to a happy life. You know, make no mistake, love is dangerous. I used to sleep around a lot. God, it just made me think, like, STDs, another danger all to themselves. Like, I've definitely been stung before, but I've slept around a lot, like, growing up. Growing up, the information that was put to me by my dad was go out and sleep with as many women as you possibly can. Obviously, you know, my parents are still married. I think my dad had the view that, you know, if one day I'm going to settle down, which I think he believed that I would, then sleep with as many women as possible beforehand. You know, and that is, that's certainly one way of looking at it. You know, it's not what I would push now. You know, it's my belief that you shouldn't put your dick anywhere near a woman that you don't want to spend a lot or all of your time with. Just, you know, I know that's probably a bit sappy for a lot of people, and a bit, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. A bit too clean, maybe. So yeah, I used to sleep around a lot, but I always did it with the view of meeting a partner eventually. I always believed in, like, getting married and falling in love, but I was young, so I didn't have the control. Something I was talking about yesterday, men thinking with their dicks. And I didn't have that control, like many young men don't. You know, even when I did find a good relationship, I ruined them, because 9 times out of 10, I would cheat. And, you know, it's that lack of control that can really cost you. we're all human beings, and we're, you know, we're finding our feet in the world, finding out who we are, and looking for the right partner still, essentially. Not me, I'm good, I've got a fiance now, but, you know, you're finding your feet. Mistakes are going to be made. It's just the way that it goes. And, you know, there's casualties in war, you know, shit happens. I know it's probably a bit of a cold thing to say about people because it's their lives. Do you know what I mean? I've definitely broken some hearts, and I've had my heart broken as well. It's not pretty. It's a fucking shitstorm out there. But like when I was growing up, there was no Tinder. There were no dating sites. You had to, now this is might shock some of you, we had to meet face to face first and decide. You know, you actually had to talk to someone. You actually had to have a little bit of game. You know, everything was done face to face. There was no like just swiping to try and like find a girl you'd have sex with. It was what chance, or, you know, what the situation presented at that time, you know, which made it better, I think. I feel like men have lost their edge in that regard because everything's too easy, right? It's like, that's why there's so much obesity now, is because people could just fucking order any food that they want. There's no like, there's no challenge to anything, and there's no real scarcity. So like, if people want to eat 5,000 calories today, they can do it. You know, you don't have to go out and hunt for food. Or, and it's the same thing with dating. You can always find someone to have sex with. You just fucking go online and just swipe for it. I'm really glad that I missed that out, because I was in relationships all the way, you know, while Tinder and everything else came around, plenty of fish, like every site that you can name. I missed that whole window, you know, and I'm really fucking glad that I did, because it's wild out there. It's wild. And I don't like the idea of like just swiping for a sexual partner. Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking weird, and it's lazy. Like, if every person that I've ever met, it's been face to face, talking to, getting to know someone from, you know, straight off the bat. That's the way to do it. What even, like, do you know what I mean? Like, what even is love? Like, how can you fucking describe it? Aside from like a chemical reaction, which obviously it is, right? A chemical reaction in the body, your brain firing off different chemicals and whatnot, and you feeling different emotions. Like, for me, it's unconditional. It's loving someone sometimes to a fault, no matter what. It's sacrificial. For me, it's like the best drug in the world, you know, being in love, waking up next to someone you're deeply in love with. And I'm very lucky, because I'm experiencing this at the moment, you know. I'm very, very lucky to have that. And I thank God every single day. But, you know, there's been times before where it's weird, because it is really weird. And I heard someone say something before, that love is just convenience. So you just, you know, you'll pick a partner based on literally what falls in your lap, which I can't always agree, I can't really agree with. But all the times that I thought I was in love, okay, when I've met somebody and I felt more in love than I did with other people, right up to my current partner, my fiance. And like, I can say that I've never loved anybody more, and I've never been more in love. I've never felt love and been in a position to feel and to give and receive love than I am right now. And that is because of doing a lot of self-work and working on myself. Like, I couldn't have had this amazing relationship 5 years ago or 10 years ago, because even at, you know, into my 40s now, there's still growth occurring. You don't suddenly reach like some magical age and everything is just amazing. You've got life all fucking figured out. It's not really the way that it works. You will keep learning, keep adjusting, keep evaluating, and keep growing as a person and a human being. But there has to be some self-love involved. Like, if you can't love yourself, I don't know, it sounds really fucking sappy and corny. Love yourself, man. But if you really, you know, if you love yourself, you put yourself in a position to be loved. Okay, you have to be loved. You have to have, you know, you have to respect yourself. You have to care for yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to take care of yourself. When you're doing all of those things, you will attract the right person to be around. You know, you still need to be careful, because when you think that you're in love, you know, you are essentially, but it might not be the love. Okay, so Do take care in that situation. And remember what I said about self-love and self-care. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're covering all of the basics first, okay? You're taking really good care of yourself. You're living a clean lifestyle, and the right person will fall in your lap. Don't rely on dating sites, okay? Just don't. Just go and talk to people. If you see somebody you like, just go and talk to them, okay? What is this? Guys, remember, it is your God-given right to be successful, and it's your responsibility to reach your potential.